The project was a high-stakes migration for a global e-commerce platform. We had rebuilt the checkout flow to be faster, sleeker, and more modern. On paper, the metrics were perfect. The API response times were under 100 ms. The front-end bundle size was tiny. But 2 weeks after launch, the analytics team flagged a disaster. Conversion was tanking. Specifically, users were dropping off at the confirm purchase button. We checked the server logs, nothing, no 500 errors. We checked the client-side error tracking, silence. According to our monitoring tools, the system was flawless. Yet thousands of people were hitting that button and then just leaving. We spent 3 days in a bug hunt. We looked at the database locks, the payment gateway handshakes, and the CSS animations. We even considered if it was a psychological issue with the button color. Nothing made sense. The code for the button was a simple, clean React component that dispatched an action. Finally, I decided to do something we should have done on day one. I grabbed a low-end, 5-year-old Android phone, throttled the connection to 3G, and tried to buy something. I hit the confirm button, and I waited. For 7 seconds, nothing happened. No spinner, no processing message. The button didn't even look like it had been pressed. I tapped it again, still nothing. I tapped it a third time, and finally the app crashed. The ghost wasn't a bug in our logic, it was a bug in our empathy. We had built an optimistic UI that was so optimistic it was lying to the user. We had a global state update that was waiting for a heavy analytics script to fire before showing the loading spinner. On our high-end developer MacBooks, that took 10 ms. On a real-world device, it took seconds. Users thought the app was frozen, so they tapped again, triggering a race condition, or they just gave up and closed the tab. This is the anthropology of the developer bubble. We perform engineering by optimizing for the environments we live in, forgetting that our users don't live in a 5G fiber optic paradise. We focus on clean code in our IDEs but ignore the messy experience on the street. In that moment, we weren't product engineers, we were just technicians building for other technicians. A product engineer understands that performance isn't a number in a dashboard, it's a feeling in a human's hand. They know that a slow system with a clear status indicator is infinitely better than a fast system that feels broken. They prioritize the perceived latency over the technical latency. This brings us to the clarity moment. The human impact of technical perfection without human context is frustration. We had spent millions of dollars on a perfect system that made our users feel stupid and ignored. Professional maturity is realizing that your code doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists in a world of cracked screens, spotty subway Wi-Fi, and distracted minds. Clarity is acknowledging that the most important system you're designing for isn't the server, it's the person holding the phone. So here is my question: when was the last time you tested your perfect code on a broken device? Let's stop optimizing for the machine and start optimizing for the moment. Let's get clear. See you in the next one.